10 clone fragrances with amazing performance. Every one of these is long lasting. Most of them project powerfully, and each of them is inexpensive. So this is like an incredible value list of fragrances, each of them being a clone that's going to be a cheaper replacement for a much more expensive fragrance, and each of them with lasting power and incredible bang for your buck. We're gonna get into this list. Before we do, remember to subscribe and remember to ask the like button, what is its favorite powerful fragrance, and give it a spritz and a click if you like the video. Let's do it. Well, I've got an even mix of fresher fragrances that are gonna work in the heat and fragrances that are more focused on fall and winter. And I'm gonna start with one that is very fresh, very focused on the heat, and also a very good performer. I'm talking about Masonal Hambra's Jean Lo Immortelle. This one is an alternative to Louis Vuitton L'Immensity, and this is just a wonderful, classy, clean smelling, sophisticated, I think masculine leaning fragrance. You've got some citrus, you've got some aromatics, a little bit of a green kind of a tinge. It is woody and it is very fresh. And I've covered this in videos before and people have said, oh, the performance isn't good. What are you talking about? But I don't know what you're talking about. This fragrance is easily an 8-hour fragrance, and for a freshie, that is unusual. I have had people comment and say that the one that has Immortal spelled like this with EL supposedly has better performance. I don't know if that's true, but I can tell you 4 sprays of this and it will last me easily 8 hours. For a citrus freshie, that is very impressive. Next up, we've got one that is not a freshie. This is a sweet fragrance and a very good fragrance. This one right here is a replacement for or a clone of Paragon by Initio. This is Latafa AlNama. This is a syrupy, sweet plum fragrance. And it is, I've got a number of Paragon dupes now. I think I have about 5 of them. And, you know, many of them have a certain kind of a plasticky feel. I even think Latafa Vintage Radio smells fantastic, very long lasting, as all of these are, all of the Paragon dupes I have. But there's a little bit of a synthetic vibe I get from Vintage Radio that I don't get from the original, which I have smelled, and that I don't get with this one. So AlNama, a little heavier than some of the others I have, a little more syrupy, but this is a very sweet, strong, long-lasting, a little bit powdery and woody take on a plum fragrance that I absolutely love. Again, AlNama from Latafa. All right, one that is actually quite fresh, although it is definitely strong enough to wear fall, winter if you want to. This one's an alternative to Creed's Silver Mountain Water, and this is from a brand called Aza, and this is Mountaineer for him. And it's a really good alternative to Silver Mountain Water. It doesn't have much of a twist or much of a, you know, a different take on that DNA. It's just kind of right down the middle. This is a fairly clean smelling citrus fragrance with a tea note that is distinctly Silver Mountain Water. This is one that you spray it on your skin and even after a shower you can still smell it. I'm very sensitive to the Silver Mountain Water DNA. I have the exact same experience with the Aroma Club de Nuit Sillage. I was blanking on that one for a second, but it lasts forever as well. That one to me has a little bit of a Middle Eastern twist where I think this one's probably closer to the original. Anyway, really good and really strong Aza Mountaineer for him. And one that I would again say is focused on more fall, winter. This thing lasts a very long time and it is dark, it is sweet, it's even a little incensey. I'm talking about Cadage Epoch Artistique. And this one is an alternative to Invictus Victory Elixir. This is a dark vanilla fragrance with some incense and some woods. I think even the original Invictus Victory is a dark fragrance, but the Elixir is significantly more so. It's got some sweetness that does balance out that kind of dark incensey vibe, but this is a long-lasting, probably 85% similar take on Invictus, and I really like it. Again, Epic Artistique by Cadage. And again, one that is fresh. This is one of my longest lasting freshies. It doesn't even make sense how strong this stuff is. I bought the original Juliet Has a Gun Vanilla Vibes, and I had horrible performance. I don't know why. Some people get great performance, but on me, I would spray it on my skin and it would be gone in 3 hours. Well, this is Dossier's Aquatic Vanilla. I bought this myself. I don't have an affiliation with them. And this stuff is very strong and very similar to the original. This is one of those kind of suntan oil, some people say sunscreen or solar notes kind of a fragrance with vanilla. A lot of vanilla in a freshie. The only difference with this one is Juliet Has a Gun has a little bit of coconut. This one has a little bit more coconut, but still, again, in that 85% similar to the original. So very good, and it is a compliment monster. This kind of fragrances are, for some reason, very mass pleasing. I get more compliments on that sunscreen style fragrance than just about any other freshie that I wear. Again, Aquatic Vanilla by Dossier. All right, and one that is more appropriate for winter and fall because it is sweet, it is warm, it is spicy, it is awesome. I'm talking about the original would be Parfums de Marly Alter, but this right here is Liquid Brune by French Avenue. You may have already heard of this one. It is a hype beast for good reason. I've got a bunch of dupes now of Alter, and this is one of the best, especially bang for your buck value. This is a vanilla and praline and cinnamon and orange blossom fragrance. It's not overly floral, but it does have a little bit of a powdery vibe coming probably from that orange blossom. But to me, the vanilla and the spice and the praline make this fragrance. If you like warm fragrances that are sweet and spicy, this is definitely one to check out. Liquid Brune by French Avenue. Back to a freshie, although this one's got a good bit of sweetness and a lot of power, and it would definitely still work for the fall and the winter. This is Latafa Najdia Intense. It's an alternative to Jean Paul Gaultier Le Beau Paradise Garden. And so this is kind of a garden twist on the original Le Beau. As far as this DNA is, there is a green facet to this one. There is a distinct kind of salty note in this one. And once you identify that note, which for a couple years, whenever I would hear that, I'd be like, what are you talking about? But once you identify what kind of a salty accord is, you'll know it, and it's definitely in Paradise Garden as well as this one. And it's sort of like a melon, fruity, green, salty take on Le Beau. There's also a mint note, giving it a little bit of an aromatic twist. It's so very good, and I think I have 3 or 4 alternatives now, and this one, again, bang for your buck, very powerful, very long-lasting, and quite inexpensive. Latafa Najdia Intense. Going now to one that is certainly more fall-winter focused. This one would probably smother you if you wore it in the heat because it is so powerful. I'm talking about Shagaf Oud Tonka from Swiss Arabian. Swiss Arabian makes some very strong fragrances, and this one has got to be near the top of the list. It is not an oud fragrance, although there may be an oud note. It's primarily kind of a powdery almond, powdery tonka bean vanilla fragrance. It's really comes across as a powdery almond and vanilla fragrance with a little bit of like a pastry kind of a feel, like a gourmand kind of baked goods kind of sweetness. It is awesome in the winter. I don't think I could wear this certainly outdoors unless it is cool enough to be like a cool fall day. So probably here in the Southeast US, you know, late October through February, because it's heavy, it is sweet, and it is very strong. 4 sprays is all you need. It projects powerfully as well. This is Shagaf Oud Tonka. Very good, but you got to know what you're getting into. It's a powdery, sweet almond fragrance. All right, and another one that is fresh, and it is a compliment monster, and it is nuclear strong. I'm talking about this one right here from Latafa. This is Fragbar Extrate. So I guess that means it's an Extrate de Parfum concentration, and I believe it because it lasts 12 to 14 hours. And this is an alternative to 1 million Parfum. And so this was a Again, another one of those kind of sunscreen or sun tanning oil solar note style fragrances, but this one's got some tuberose, giving it almost something that is akin to the rose note in 1 Million Elixir. And then it's got a good bit of sweetness, I think coming from Divana, and I don't think there's vanilla, but there's something that will remind you a little bit of vanilla in this, like a vanillic sweetness. And then it's got some spice. I don't know that the spice is in the original 1 Million, but it is a solar notes, somewhat sweet fragrance that is going to get very close to the 1 Million and is going to last a very long time, but you've got to be okay with a floral men's fragrance. Again, this is Fakar Gold. I love it, and this is a compliment beast. Something about this style of fragrance, I don't know why, but people comment on it and seem to really like it. Finally, number 10, this is one that rather than being summer focused, winter focused, it is anytime, anywhere, any situation. It's always going to be appropriate, and this has got the strength to last through a very cold day and push through that cold. And it works in the summer as well. I'm talking about Dumont Nitro Black. This is a very good, inexpensive Creed Aventus dupe. And it doesn't necessarily have that smoky vibe, but it does have, you know, some darkness. It still has the elements of Aventus, but it's going to lead more fruity Aventus than it is smoky Aventus. It is, I think probably the musk and the oak moss in this fragrance is where that kind of dark vibe comes from. But if you've smelled Aventus, you know what you're getting into. This one is easily probably a 10-hour fragrance. So anyway, affordable take on Aventus right here from Dumont Nitro Black. Clone fragrances with great performance and incredible value. I would love to hear your recommendations down below. And remember to ask the like button about its favorite long-lasting clone, and go ahead and give it a spritz or two. And remember to click it if you like the video, and subscribe to the channel. I'm Justin, this is SILLAGESCENTS.